Hey everyone, I'm gonna do a reading. We're gonna see what is going on, what the message is. I'm keeping it open right now. I don't know if it's gonna be just a regular reading or if it's gonna turn into a crime reading. I'm just gonna see what comes out, okay? Keep in mind it's general. It could be past, present, future. You will know best what resonates, what doesn't, okay? So let's just get straight into it. What do you guys need to know at this time? What's happening here? What is the message today? Tell us, Spirit, what is the message today? What do you guys need to know? What's the message? Let's see. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom. All right, Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Wands. Yeah, again, okay, so we're kind of picking up from the other reading. It's, again, this energy of like someone thinking that as long as they don't say anything, as long as they don't speak about something, that they're gonna win. Like as long as they don't admit to something, they're gonna be fine. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know, it's really giving me like, is someone being questioned like by the authorities and they just think like, oh, as long as I don't say anything, I'm fine. They don't have any evidence. It's really giving me that energy. So maybe it will be a crime reading because I feel like there's more. Let's see what this is. What's the Three of Swords? The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups in reverse and the Magician. Yeah, so someone here is hurt about, they feel like they've put so much work into something. They've been working on something for so long. They're hurt about an illusion being lifted though. And whatever they were trying to manifest here, whatever they were trying to create, it's like they're hurt that people might see through this or that it's not gonna work. It's like, oh, we put so much work into this, like it has to work. Okay, what's the Four of Swords? The Two of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Somebody is absolutely denying something. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you mean. I didn't do anything wrong. It's like denying that they betrayed someone here. No, I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. It's really giving me like someone being questioned by the police. I don't know. The Ace of Pentacles. A betrayal when it comes to a gift, a money blessing, an opportunity here. What's the Six of Wands? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, King of Wands. All I have to do is defend myself. All I have to do is just keep protecting myself, defending myself. All I have to do is just deny, deny, deny. The Star in reverse. Okay. Tell me more about someone being heartbroken. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is heartbroken. Why? The Seven of Wands. Or this Queen of Wands is getting defensive, or someone is hurt and they're getting defensive. What's the Three of Swords? The Truth. Clarity and truth. Somebody is heartbroken about the truth coming out, or someone getting clarity in a situation when it comes to a twin flame connection or some sort of a higher level soulmate union here. Why someone, what's the Seven of Wands? Self-indulgence. This is someone that's selfish, or they're focused on themselves. They're trying to defend themselves. What is the Seven of Wands? The Three of Swords. Somebody trying to defend themselves when it comes to someone feeling heartbroken in a situation. To adjudication. Somebody's trying to defend themselves here to a judge or someone judging them or some sort of judgment. Expectation, because they were expecting something. So I feel like this Queen of Wands, if they're the one being catfished, they were expecting something to happen. They could be feeling heartbroken because they were expecting a certain result, a certain outcome. What were they expecting? An engagement ring. They were expecting an engagement ring and a new beginning in love, right? Because that's what this catfisher was promising this person, wedding rings. So I feel like Queen of Wands might have gotten a bit upset at some point, going like, you promised me this and you promised me that and you told me this and you told me that, and started getting defensive. And I feel like maybe the catfishers here were worried about this illusion being lifted and had to figure out something new to tell this person, because maybe they were getting a bit, you know, suspicious. It's like, you told me I would be getting a ring. You told me we were getting a new beginning. You told me that we would get engaged. You told me all of this stuff. Yeah, but there's no new beginning. The Fool in reverse. Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, they didn't want the Queen of Wands to go looking for answers, because they didn't want something exposed. So if Queen of Wands is getting antsy, right? She's talking to some random catfish and she's like, look, you promised me all these things. They didn't want her asking someone else or asking other people for answers, is what I feel. What's the Hermit in reverse? Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, and perception. They had to find a way how to change this Queen of Wands, her perception again, right? It's like, no, don't freak out, don't freak out. I know we promised you all these things, but, you know, let me put the sunglasses back on your face so you don't ask too many questions, please, okay? What's the Magician? A coffin. Manifesting an ending, manifesting a coffin. What do you mean with coffin? The High Priestess. Judgment in reverse. So maybe this Queen of Wands was starting to listen to their intuition, is what I feel. It's like, maybe something was starting to kick in at some point, like, you know, why are you saying this and that, but you're not delivering? And why have you been saying that, and this? And like, I don't know. Judgment in reverse, they had to skew this person's mind again. It's like, oh no, they're breaking free from the brainwash. Judgment in reverse. Hand of Cards, exactly. Not showing a hand. They felt like they had to be very strategic here to sway this person's judgment, to manipulate this person's mind and their better thinking. Okay, so what's the Four of Swords? The Tower. And the Devil. Oh my God, the Devil and the Tower. Why is the Devil in the Tower here? Jeez. Community in reverse. Why is the Tower here? Sudden wealth in reverse. Why is the Tower that somebody wanted to leave the community or didn't want any more money or refuse some sort of money? Not saying something. What's the Four of Swords? Receiving what you need in reverse, progressing, arriving in reverse. Or maybe they didn't want this Queen of Wands to speak up. They didn't want this person to say something or speak to someone. Or it's because they realized that this Queen of Wands was getting antsy because she wasn't receiving something. She was expecting a ring, she was expecting a new beginning, but she wasn't receiving whatever she thought she was gonna get from this catfisher. What's the Devil? Wedding rings. Okay, yeah. She got mad. So she might have gotten angry, or what is this? It's kind of even giving me more manipulation. It's like, trying to deny something by saying, oh, what is this betrayal with the Ten of Swords? Because here's the ring right here. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, it's right here. But there's a betrayal here, a painful, ultimate betrayal. Or is this when they start, because coffin is here as well. Is this when they started manipulating this person saying, oh, we can't do this right now because somebody will want to like do something to you? Ten of Wands in reverse. They had to figure out how to get this burden off of their back because a catfisher promised something that they couldn't deliver. Justice, the law, justice, the five, and this is when they manipulated this person into taking some sort of action towards the law, possibly. Okay, what's justice? Poverty and official person. That's when they told this Queen of Wands to go towards an official, I guess. And they thought that this is how they would get the burden off their back. And the burden being, oh, catfishers promised this lady an engagement ring, but we can't deliver, I guess. So how did they think they would win? Six of Wands. With a mature woman. They thought they would have victory and success with a mature woman. Why? Five of Pentacles. Someone being left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, or somebody in poverty. The Emperor. Or someone feeling helpless, somebody needing help. What's the Nine of Wands? The Two of Wands in reverse. Somebody feeling blocked, like they can't move forward. Or something was a bad choice. They needed to defend themselves and protect themselves. What's the Two of Wands reverse? A relationship evolving to the next phase. Yeah, that was blocked. So it's like, catfishers know there's no relationship evolving to the next phase because the whole thing is a joke, to them at least. They know it's not going to move forward. So it's like they start brainwashing the Queen of Wands into thinking, oh, it just can't move forward because first you need to go to the police and tell the police this, and then I will come back to commit to you. But first you have to do this, and before you do this, I can't give you a ring. I can't commit to you. We cannot be married. First you have to go to the police. And it's like, it's literally so the catfishers don't get caught lying. You know what I mean? It's like to keep this person in a brainwashed state of mind. What's the Star in reverse? Breakup, separation, silent treatment, abandonment. Something about abandonment, being abandoned. What's the Five of Pentacles? Separation, being charmed or used. That's what they did. Unsure of future. So they charmed this person, they used this person, told them, oh, I'm thinking about you, but I don't know about the future because first you have to go to the official person, first you have to go to the law. Really? Okay. Anything else? Ten of Swords. Because of a betrayal. Ten of Cups and death. That's when this Queen of Wands went to the police or to the law and told this person that someone is threatening their family. Somebody is threatening their family. Somebody is threatening to do something to their family, do something to them. And it's literally all based on the fact that these catfishers had promised this lady an engagement ring, promised this lady a new beginning in love, couldn't deliver. She was heartbroken because she's like, what the hell? You told me this, you told me that. And they then coming up with the grand plan of, well, before we can be together, you have to go to the police and report that someone is trying to do something to me, do something to you, and then we can be together. It's also kind of like to explain away to this Queen of Wands why she's not getting a new beginning, why she's not, to make her stop asking questions, basically. And so at the same time, these people get what they want, which is some sort of a revenge plot against you, right? Yeah, that's what they did here. Coffin. This is where they planned this hand of cards with a coffin, with a death. Somebody threatening to do something to someone, threatening the family, threatening someone like that, something like that. Okay. Hanged Man, a moment of enlightenment. A moment of enlightenment about how deceptive and conniving these people are. Yeah. That's how conniving and deceptive they are. They are absolutely diabolical, okay? Really. The Emperor. That's when they went to the Emperor. Wow. The Two of Pentacles. So that they could just keep it going. Literally their catfishing plot. They had to keep their catfishing scheme going, I guess, right? Judgment. Got them. Wow. Wow. Just to keep their identity fraud going. The messages about someone being obsessed, crazy, somebody's evil, they're coming to hurt you, they're coming to hurt the family, you threatening or whatever, or you're crazy, you're obsessed with someone, you're jealous, you want to hurt someone, you want to hurt someone's family. Yeah, that's when they started with this one. That's where they started with this plan. Trying to make you look like you're jealous, obsessed, crazy, and evil. All to get some sort of money out of it. And basically telling the Queen of Wands, you need to go to the police, you need to go to this official person, this Emperor, you need to report them, and you need to save me, right? They're gonna do something to you. And first you have to go to the police and you have to report this and you have to do this and that. Because if you don't, we won't be able to be together, Queen of Wands. I'm never gonna be able to give you that ring that I promised you. First, you have to go and report this crazy shit to the police, okay? Wow. The Three of Cups. This group, it's literally a group of people behind it. The Four of Cups, Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay. Four of Cups, saying that someone is bitter. Oh, you're bitter. You're cold-hearted. You're jealous, obsessed with someone. You're evil. Yeah, you're gonna do something to someone. That's where this shit started, huh? What's the Four of Cups? Stabbed in the back in reverse, right? You have to go and report it before they do something to me. Before they do something to me and do something to you, we can't be together. I can't be with you. I can't give you a relationship until you do this and that, because I don't want something to happen to you. I don't want this person to do something to you. We have to get them out of the way first, or else they're going to do something to you. Okay. I like you, and all of this because of some fucking I like you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, some telling this person everything they want to hear, and they just believe it. And they just believe it and eat it up. Yeah, because of stability, security, permanence, growth. They think that because it's tied to their whole stability and whatever they think is permanent in their life, and they think that this person loves them and wants to give them a ring and wants to be married to them, right? Whole time they're not even talking to whoever they think they're talking to. It's all just to get this person to think some crazy shit and to go file a police report and report someone for threatening to harm, murder, and whatever the fuck. Okay. Love in reverse. Yeah, this had nothing to do with love. None whatsoever. Love call. It's literally just phone messages, isn't it? I mean, if all you're doing is texting someone on a phone and they're saying, I can't talk to you, we can't call, we can't see each other, all that, and you never question that is insane. And they tell you all these crazy things and they tell you to do this, do that, and you don't even question it, you just do it because someone on the phone told you to do it. I can't, like, sometimes this really boggles my mind. Okay, anything else we need to know before I go into the other cards? This person made this choice because they thought that they would be holding on to someone or something, or these people, these catfishers, want to hold on to control, and that's why they told this person to do this. Okay, Two of Cups. Do it for love, yo, Chariot. Do it for love. Do it so we can move forward in love. Do it so we can be together. That's why she did this. That's why this Queen of Wands did this. That's why she did it. Because she thought she was doing it for love. She thought that if she does this, then they can be together. I mean, wow. Okay. Let's see, guys. So why is mature woman here? Or actually, first, tell me, why is the Tower here? Sudden wealth in reverse. Perjury. Death. Online business. Spell work. They perjured themselves when they came forward and claimed something about a death. So they did spell work on someone. They invaded someone's privacy, and then they tried to intimidate someone here. What's the Tower? A judge. Yes. Because somebody perjured themselves to a judge. Yes. Judge and perjury. The Tower is that someone committed perjury, a judge, or to a judge about a death. About a poisoning and a cartel. No, you're saying no. What do you mean? Somebody was doing a favor for someone who has a cleaning service. Doing someone a favor, someone who has a cleaning service. A mole or informant in the system. So a mole or informant in the system, a judge, and some sort of perjury. Doing someone a favor. C. No, again, case with Z. A case with Z. No. So is this something different then? It has to do with witchcraft, spell work and witchcraft. And insurance. Online business, a death, a case for a death case, CZ, and a judge committing perjury, a mole or informant in the system. With a will. Robbery. You might know, oh, maybe you might know that someone committed perjury in front of a judge when it comes to a robbery. You might know that someone who was in a robbery committed perjury on the stand. It's gonna have something to do with someone who works in a cleaning service. Sacrifice, they might have sacrificed other people so that they wouldn't have to go down for something that happened during a robbery. International bank account number. This person could work for the cartel or work for a certain cartel or work for like a drug gang, okay? They might have been in possession of something at their home during a robbery, or that's maybe why a robbery happened. So there might have been a case. There might have been a case that went in front of a judge where someone was robbed, okay? There was a robbery at someone's house. This is someone who works for the cartel or works in a cartel. They were in possession of something, and you might know that when this person went in front of a judge, they committed perjury and they lied about what happened. Something about someone who works in a cleaning service. Google search. They were searching for something. When those people came by to rob someone's house, they didn't just come by to rob them, they were actually searching for something. Or they didn't just break in to break in, they broke in because they were searching for something that was in this person's possession because they work for the cartel. I cannot make it up, break in. I cannot make it up. So this is something completely unrelated, okay? It's like, this is a different story. Yeah, I feel like you might know something about this. You might know about somebody that, the cartel, okay? Somebody that works with the cartel, worked for the cartel. Somebody broke into their house, the cartel broke into their house and robbed them. It was a robbery, okay? And you know something about this. You also know, like I said, that they went in front of the judge. This could be someone that has a cleaning service, works for a cleaning service. You know that this person committed perjury. Where's perjury? In this case, they might have lied about what actually happened. They might have lied about why the cartel was there, why they broke into the house, what they were looking for, what they were there for. And you might know about this. Transfer I. Transfer I, a lawyer. B. BI could be letters in someone's name. Changing hands, clothes. A RICO case. Changing hands and clothes. Changing clothes. This has to do with why someone made this report and why someone made a social media. Oh, intoxicated, right. Okay, so look, the person that's after you, right? I feel like it's the catfisher. The person that is catfishing someone, trying to get this person to fuck you up legally, okay? The person that's after you, they are involved with the cartel. They might have had a break-in and a robbery at their house in the past that you know about. They told you about, okay? You might have not known this person back then, but they told you about it. They also told you about how they lied to the judge in the case, okay? How they got off scot-free by snitching on other people, or basically lying about what really happened, lying about why the people were there, lying about what they were looking for, why they broke in, and lying about how they were in possession of something. That could be drugs or money, okay? Because they're part of the cartel. So this could be one reason why this person, cleaning service person here, or this cartel member, is trying to ruin your life with social media and where's the other one? With this report, this police report, because you know, this could be someone that's part of a cartel that's after you because you know their secrets, okay? You know about their gang involvement, you know about some sort of drug trafficking they were doing, you also know about how they lied to the judge to get other people locked up, okay? So that could be one reason why they're after you. Or that's just for someone here, but that's a pretty specific message for someone here, so. Right, anything else when it comes to that? A transfer. Google search and transfer. Cleaning service. B, again, could be somebody's name here, okay? Again, privacy invasion and spell work. Transferring something, a search, privacy invasion, spell work. With a doctor. Oh, wait a minute. Is this another thing? Forgery and a job or business. Is that transfer? Is this another thing that someone is trying to transfer onto you? Another thing that they're like trying to project onto you, right? So because this person who's involved in a cartel that lied to a judge about this break-in and this robbery, they know what it's like to have someone break into your house and be involved with a cartel that's there to get their drugs or money or whatever, right? So it's making me wonder if this is another thing they try to transfer onto you and like stage this or something like that. Help. Court. Help in court. Help in court. The court, something that happened in court will help this case. When it comes to security, social security, E and SEX, E. A thief in an investigation, lying in an investigation. Someone lied in an investigation. They lied during an investigation. What do you mean with court and help? A wiretap. Lying in an investigation, something about a wiretap. And a drug test. It's drugs, isn't it? They lied in this investigation when it comes to drugs, or why the cartel was there, why the cartel broke into their house. It was because of drugs. That was the motive. For something with a geolocation. That was the motive for the break-in, was drugs and money. And that's why they tried to make you look like you're jealous, because you know their secret. Because you know that they lied in this investigation. Crown chakra, smoking, G-Win, right there. Crown chakra, yeah, got him. Friend. Sexting. Yeah. So something about a friend and some sort of sexting. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, right? But this might be a secret that this person told you when they thought that you were like friends, okay? So they might have confided this in you when they thought you were a friend and you were stupid. Crown chakra, smoking GUN. Opportunity, power of attorney. They use this opportunity with an attorney or something that they texted a friend. So let's say this cartel member, this cleaning service person here, they were texting a friend about how somebody broke into their house and robbed them because they were looking for drugs and money because they're part of a cartel. What do you mean? They use this opportunity with an attorney, but there's a court case on this. Judge and perjury. There is a court case with whatever happened here because this person went in front of a judge and lied about what happened. Most likely got several people locked up by lying, okay? And got off scot-free because they lied about why the break-in happened, what they were looking for, why they were there, and the involvement of it. And you might be someone you know about this. They told you about this. Frozen money or assets, income garnishment, online business and a device. This has to do with the device and an online business on a device. What do you mean this has to do with an online business on a device? Water and A. Water A. Okay. Mental illness and case files. Trying to make you look like you're mentally ill because of these case files. And something with insurance changing hands. This has to do with some sort of case files regarding insurance or an income garnishment due to insurance changing hands. Frozen money or assets. Frozen money or assets due to insurance. Case files changing hands. What do you mean? What does it have to do with that? A device and an online business. Disguise. This is how they disguise something. When it comes to GPS tracking, they disguise some sort of GPS tracking so that M could project something about a loan. So that M could project something about a loan. M could project something about a loan. Online business on a device. Identity fraud. So they used a device, most likely a phone, to commit identity fraud with an online business and a loan. And in order for this to change hands, they used an income garnishment or frozen money or assets from an insurance. Because of a testimony, because they're trying to cover up a testimony N. Because they're trying to cover up a testimony N. Or they're just trying to cover up a testimony when it comes to what, their perjury in court and their cartel involvement or what? H. Innocent. Trying to make themselves look innocent. NH. R. And a birth certificate. They tried to make themselves look innocent with a testimony and a birth certificate. R. Yes, the account. Yes, the account. Accounting, yes. They tried to make themselves look innocent of a testimony, try to cover up a testimony, project something onto someone with a loan, or project the loan onto someone. This identity fraud on a device with an online business. What does that have to do with all this stuff? A forged signature. Why do I feel like this is like a recap of things that they've already done in the past, where they will take things that they did, like the birth certificate. I've gotten this before, where they literally take their own child's birth certificate or their own child's death certificate or something like that, someone else's death certificate, they forge it, and then they just pretend that you did it, right? Why am I getting that same vibe with this robbery? Like, you know that someone was involved in a robbery, maybe someone was the victim of a break-in. You also know, though, that the testimony they made in court was a lie. And now they're trying to cover up their lies, being involved in the cartel, by framing you for a robbery that's actually their robbery, which then in turn, they will have receipts for, like texting, right? Because they're the ones texting their friends saying, oh my God, they just broke into my house. Just that is, it's literally their break-in, and there's court case documents on this. There's actual case files on this, right? Computer or laptop, and a confession. A confession on a computer or laptop. What kind of a confession? What confession? Confession to what? Z. Again with the Z. Intoxicated. A confession about someone being intoxicated. The case with the poison. A poisoning case. Someone being intoxicated with poison, the case. What does that have to do with a confession on a computer or a laptop? What are you trying to tell us here? Spell work. Somebody is trying to create some sort of spell work here when it comes to buying, or someone is doing spell work. Jealous. Doing spell work on someone, trying to manipulate someone, that someone is jealous. Yeah, that's what this catfisher is doing to the Queen of Wands. They're jealous, right? Computer or laptop. Buying something on a computer or laptop. Drugs. Drug test. An investigation. M. Buying drugs. An investigation into buying drugs. M. Computer or laptop. Investigation into buying drugs on a computer or laptop. Thief. VPN. Somebody bought drugs on a computer or laptop with a VPN. G or M. GM. Someone bought drugs on a computer or laptop with a VPN. In-laws, and they didn't want someone in law to find out. Yeah, lying about an investigation, a law investigation. They were worried about an investigation. When it comes to buying drugs on a computer or laptop with a VPN, because this person that was after you was involved with a drug cartel in the past, and they had a break-in or a robbery at their house because of drugs, because they are involved in a drug cartel, So they thought, oh no, all this makes me look really suspicious, makes me look really guilty or set up. Dirty official and T. Dirty official and a sacrifice. A sacrifice to set someone up. With a credit card, you. Set someone up with a credit card. So they tried to, look, they tried to set you up by buying, so they've committed some sort of a financial crime here with a credit card. Could even be something like a loan, okay? Projecting loan, right? Wherever that was. They've committed some sort of financial fraud, identity fraud, credit card fraud here. And with this credit card, they're like, let's just use a VPN. Then no one's gonna know it's us, right? Buy drugs on the computer or the laptop. But since we used a VPN, no one's gonna know it's us, right? That was the setup. And that's what they got freaked out about, I guess. A, okay. Online business. B, online business. Binding. They tried to bind. Okay, so then they're like, shit, we're bound to this purchase, or we're bound to the online business. So we're really freaked out right now about an investigation because all we did was use a VPN and think it was gonna cover us up, right? Okay, I guess. So they feel like they're bound to this. And so then they are gonna get karma for supporting someone here, okay? Then they needed support. All they're getting is karma because someone here sold their soul when they tried to lace drugs into your shit here, national. Oh, right, because that was a setup, right? First, buy drugs on the internet, apparently. Use a VPN, but try and frame you with a credit card. That's identity fraud, okay? Financial fraud here. And then when we got the drugs, we'll try and lace something into their food or drink here, get rid of them. And then when it didn't work, they got freaked out. Not just that, you know this person has a history with drugs, cartel, gang members, and even robberies, okay? Yeah. P, South America. That's the sign or the message about some sort of a phone call and a passport or a password. Phone passwords, phone call, passport, or just P. The sign or message about PPP. PPP, the sign or message, PPP. What do you mean PPP? In possession. The sign or the messages, they were in possession of the phone, of a passport, or maybe it's a fake ID, okay? They were in possession of everything. They were in possession of the drugs, the phone, the device, the credit card. They were in possession of everything because they are the catfish. They're the one committing all the crimes. Why do I feel like they staged a robbery? And if they did, it's because they know how it works, because they had a robbery committed against them in the past where they lied, successfully lied their way out of what they had done and how they were part of it too, right? So this might be someone that knows that this works. Because in the past, they got away with it, right? In the past, they were able to lie to a judge successfully, lie to the law, lie to the police, lie to the investigation, and everyone believed them and they got away with it. So this time, I guess, they think it's gonna go the same exact way again, okay? But this time they're not in possession of drugs and money from the cartel. This time they're in possession of a phone, a device, a credit card that they're using to buy drugs with, and something about a passport, okay? something to do with a life insurance policy audit. They didn't want a life insurance policy to be audited, right? Because if a life insurance policy gets audited, it's gonna look very suspicious, right? Why is there a life insurance policy on someone here? That didn't get a life insurance policy. You didn't sign this. It's a forged signature. All very suspicious, right? Stalker. So their great new idea was, okay, look, we're gonna make someone look like a stalker. And then what? That is chronically ill or mentally ill, right? And you're jealous and obsessed. And then someone is gonna get pulled in for questioning or they didn't want to get pulled in for questioning because they're trafficking drugs. Antibiotics. Okay. Break in clothes. No fucking way. Insurance again. Break in clothes. So this lady or this person here that's out to get you, that you know about, you know their dirty secrets when it comes to break-in. They know what it's like to be broken into, okay? They stage a break-in, most likely exactly how they went through it in the past because they know what it's like. They were in one live, okay? There's even most likely court files about this. So they know exactly how this goes down, I guess. Break-in. Rico, all right. Possessed by a demon, evidence. All of the evidence that they're in possession of. This catfisher, this person that's trying to get away with what they did, they are in possession of all of this material. They have it in their possession, okay? All of the evidence. So how do we get rid of it? Oh, let's stage a break-in. I've been through this before, and last time I also lied to the police. I also lied to the judge, and I got away with it. Let's do that. Weed. Last time when the cartel broke into my house because they were looking for my shit and my money, I got away with it. I pretended like I have no idea what's going on. So I'm really good at that, okay? Getting away with crimes. Last time it worked, and all I had in my possession was weed and money. So this time we'll just do the same thing again, but we'll just, stage someone else, frame someone else for it. Last time I framed someone else for this break-in, it worked. All right. So they had a meeting about paying for something, okay? They met up to pay for something because this person is a dealer, okay? So last time someone broke in because they're a dealer, they're a drug trafficking dealer, okay? And whoever the people were that came by and broke into this lady's house, this person's house, wanted to know, where's our fucking money? Where's our shit? Because they're part of a cartel, okay? And this person lied on the stand. They lied to the judge. They lied to the investigation. They pretended like they had no idea who those people were that broke into their house. 100%, this person got on the stand, talked to the judge and the police, said, I don't know those people at all. I've never seen them in my life. I have no idea why they broke into my house. She lied. He lied. Whoever this is, they lied. They know exactly who those people were, and they know exactly why those people were there. Property, street drugs. Why'd they come to her property? Why'd they come to his property? Because of drugs. Why are you saying no? Because of someone being bribed here with a warrant. And a device. ID card. What I say, it's the phone, it's the ID card, and it's got to be the credit card, right? At a home, third eye, letter, roofie, P. Okay. Or that was the deal that they made. Maybe you're saying no because that was the deal. The deal to pay someone. The deal was that they would pay someone, bribe someone money, I guess, okay, with this meeting, with this break-in here. G. And say someone was a threat. And what they're using here is a cold case. That's where the idea came from. It's this person's cold case here. And yeah, to cover up their fraud and say that someone here is depressed. That was the plan. To transfer something again, Z and poison. To transfer some sort of a case, a poisoning case over to Z. Transfer the case. That was the plan, to transfer the case. Okay. And this has to do with some sort of a texting confession. The texting confession, let me guess, it's this person. It's their own fucking text messages where they're talking about their own break-in from years ago where the cartel broke into their house. Is that what this is? Huh? Some sort of a video of someone being obsessed. Someone being obsessed, a video, okay? Well, let's see. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Actually, I think I'm gonna leave it there, okay? I hope this helps, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time.